Tonight, new questions are being raised about how a Vandalia teen ended up in the care of her alleged killer and why she wasn't removed from the home by the Department of Children and Family Services. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Bush.
And I'm Ann Allred. Right now, Arnold Rivera Jr. is facing multiple charges in connection with the death of his step-niece, 14-year-old Kylie Toberman. We have two reports tonight. Let's begin with Holden Kerwicki. He's been looking into concerns raised by Kylie's friends and family regarding her care. So Holden, did you figure out why wasn't DCFS involved?
Well, Ann, that's a question that's being asked repeatedly over and over again on social media, where the hashtag Justice for Kylie is trending. Within the last 2 hours, DCFS actually responded to multiple questions, and their answer is complicated.
When Illinois Senator Terry Bryant first found out about the death of 14-year-old Kylie Toberman, she admits one thought immediately came to mind.
When there is the possibility of a young person being killed, your first thought in Southern Illinois seems to be, oh my goodness, I hope they're not in DCFS care, right? Because DCFS has been under a lot of scrutiny over the last few years.
According to a DCFS spokesperson, Kylie was once part of the DCFS system, but that stopped in 2018 when she was legally adopted by her grandmother, Donna Toberman.
That once an adoption occurs, that DCFS's responsibility ends. The courts should have investigated the adoption, made sure that the kids were going to be safe and so forth.
Though DCFS may not have been in the picture, court records show that Arnold Rivera, who is charged with Kylie's death, tried to file a protective order against Toberman in 2019 after she threatened to call DCFS.
Sometimes DCFS is taking kids out of homes that are good where they should stay, and then they're leaving kids in homes where they shouldn't be staying, right? So I hesitate to say that once a legal adoption has occurred, that DCFS would have any business being in that home.
However, questions remain as to whether or not it was even legal for Rivera to act as Kylie's caregiver for 2 months leading up to her death due to his criminal history.
In this case, I don't think we're going to know if there was fault or if we need to change any laws or anything until the investigation is completed. So I think we have to kind of give some time for the local law enforcement or the state police to complete the investigation. And then if we need to change some laws, I'm all about making sure that these kids are safe.
I sent multiple follow-up questions to a DCFS spokesperson, including questions about whether or not there was a report filed in January about alleged abuse, as family members claim, and if there were any other active investigations at the Vandalia home where Kylie lived and ultimately was killed, but I've yet to receive a response.
Tonight, Kylie's family and friends are demanding accountability. In an interview you only see on 5 on Your Side, Megan Kernan heard from Kylie's biological mother for the first time about how she says this brutal crime could have been prevented. Megan.
Mike, Kylie Toberman's biological mother, Megan Zeller, hasn't seen her daughter in 7 years. A domestic situation led DCFS to remove Kylie and her 2 sisters, placing them with the grandmother of Kylie's half-sister in Vandalia. The grandmother's son is Arnold Rivera. Tonight, Megan tells me that she wishes she had been allowed to do more.
My daughter didn't deserve to be choked with jumper cables. I mean, it's just disbelief. It's just disbelief.
The mother of 14-year-old Kylie Toberman says the warning signs were there and ignored. Megan Zeller says multiple people raised concerns about Kylie's safety while she was living in Vandalia with her adopted family. Kylie's accused killer, her step-uncle, 43-year-old Arnold B.J. Rivera, lived in an RV behind the home. Charging documents say he sexually assaulted and strangled Kylie with jumper cables, then hid her body in a tote. But Megan says long before that, there were clear red flags. Megan says Rivera's ex-wife reported the abuse to DCFS.
But her daughter witnessed him touching Kylie. She's physically seen it with her own eyes.
Megan says DCFS visited the home once in January, but Kylie stayed in the same environment. We are still pressing the agency to confirm that visit.
So when I was told there was no investigation, they just went there, checked on the kids, and that was it.
At the time, Kylie's adoptive mother was recovering from surgery. Megan says Kylie and her sisters were left in Rivera's care for 2 months.
DCFS failed my daughter, yes. I feel like he should have had a background check ran on him or something. He was watching my children. He should have never been alone with my children.
Did you know that your daughter was being abused?
No, I didn't know any of this was going on. If I was to be able to contact my children, they would have told me. This wouldn't have happened. I mean, I would have advocated for Kylie. I would have made sure something was done.
Megan tells us DCFS removed her 2 younger daughters from the home Friday, and they're now in protective custody. Rivera remains in the Fayette County Jail and is due back in court next Tuesday. There will be a candlelight vigil in honor of Kylie on Friday at 7 p.m. at the Vandalia State Capitol lawn.